Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and this is a Pick a Pile Tarot reading, and it's for career and money specifically. And this is for December 2024. But it can also be a timeless reading. So if this reading resonates with you anytime after December 2024, then that means you were just meant to hear the message whenever it is that you did. So what you see here are some pre-shuffled oracle cards. So each of these three piles has one card from the career and life oracle deck that will be kind of the main theme of the reading. And each of these piles has three of the Kipper. And this is a fortune-telling deck that we'll use for clarity on the main theme here for the career and money reading. All right, you guys, at the end of each of these readings, we will just be pulling three cards at the time of each reading from the wisdom of the oracle to close out the message. So you can either watch all three readings and just take whatever parts of each reading that resonates with you, or you can take a moment now and take a look at these three piles of cards. This is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. And just pick whichever pile resonates with you the most right now. And I'll be sure to put timestamps in the description box of this video, as well as in the comment section down below. So let's just go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hello to all of you who chose pile number 1. So let's go ahead and get started and see what your career and money has in store for December 2024. And the main theme here for all of you who chose pile number 1 is one of success. The card says, the path you are on will bring success and prosperity if you just keep going. Lots of little steps take you along the way. You are on track. So basically, if you chose pile number 1, it's likely that in career and money, you are exactly where you need to be. And you're moving along at a pace that works for you. So this is your confirmation that what you're doing is good and that you should just continue on with the path that you're on. All right, let's see what the Kipper has for you guys for clarity. We have the house, the main female, and the coffin. All right, so it does look like there is, if you are not the main female here, if this isn't you because you're not a female, then this could represent someone in your family because we have the house card. All right. But it could also represent, since this is a career and life oracle reading, that this main female could represent someone who is a decision maker in your current career situation. Now, I do see that with the house being the number 20 and the main female being the number 2, there is a choice that should be made here that might kind of change your state of mind when it comes to your career. Because over here, we also have the coffin card. So with that coffin card, generally speaking, as we know, coffins are used to house the bodies of the dead. Now, death, when it comes to tarot and oracle readings, just represents some level of change. It is the death of one, the ending of one cycle that leads to the rebirth of the next cycle. All right, so I do see that it's possible that if you chose pile number 1, you've been trying to make this decision on kind of staying put where you are or changing something in your career. All right, and this choice could be made by you as the main female, or possibly it could be something based on a female in the workplace, whether that is someone in an authority position or even just a coworker of yours. And in some cases, for some of you who chose pile number 1, it is possible that you know, this little choice between staying put where you are and having a change and a rebirth in your career, this choice could have been more based on something that your spouse wanted you to do. But generally speaking, you guys are on the path for success when it comes to your career, as long as you're enjoying what you're doing and if you continue to make steps that move you forward along that path. All right, pile number 1, I'm going to shuffle the wisdom of the oracle now. I'm going to shuffle the deck 3 times, and then I will pull 3 cards as a final message for all of you who chose pile number 1 for your career and money oracle reading. All right, so we have the deep knowing card, which makes sense to me because, again, the path you're on is bringing you success and prosperity if you keep going. You are on track. I feel like you have a deep knowing that you are kind of in the right place at the right time and, as well, moving in the right direction. So that's confirmation for you. And then we have the fates. Once again, just again confirming that where you are is almost like where you're fated to be when it comes to your career, at least at this time. And the last card is the co-create card. So again, another coworker could be involved in some decision making, some building of structure when it comes to your career and money. Someone else is basically a part of your decision making when it comes to career and money, right? So this could be a coworker, a boss, or even a spouse, or even just friends or other relationships in your life. But generally speaking, you have a deep knowing that you're kind of on the right path, and this is your confirmation that you are. And that, you know, to always keep in mind the other people involved in any decision making that is creating structure for you when it comes to your career. All right, because I do see that this is kind of interesting, isn't it? In this image, you see an owl and a cheetah. Well, owls lay eggs, but cheetahs do not. But down here, you see an egg that has the markings of a cheetah. So I feel like you can combine your ideas with those ideas of others that seem different and actually create something new. So I think that this is also a message for all of you who chose pile number 1 to start thinking outside of the box when it comes to what you are creating in your career. And to start thinking outside of the box based on ideas that seem like they weren't going together, because I feel like in the month of December, you're going to realize that your ideas and the ideas of someone else can come together and make something better, something new. So that could also be kind of like sharing your ideas with others and accepting the ideas of others could be part of this energy of, you know, the ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new cycle as well. I feel like you're fated to be where you are now with the people that you're with right now when it comes to career and money for December 2024. All right, pile number 1, that is your quick career message. So if you like this reading, don't forget to click the like button and leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to pile number 2. Hello to all of you who chose pile number 2. So let's go ahead and get started first with the main theme here. And it says, new life. And let's see here. The Oracle card states that you may get a fresh start or be called to bring in a new perspective to your old job. You may also get a tempting job offer or a new place. So if you chose pile number 2, it is possible that you've recently started a new job. But this could also just mean, again, like it says, just a fresh breath of new life is being kind of brought to your current situation, if it's not about you getting an actual new job position. All right, now over here we have imprisonment, community, and bad health. All right, you guys, so leading up to this feeling of a fresh start, I do feel like in some way you have felt imprisoned in your situation here at work when it comes to your career. All right, so I feel like leading up to this sense of new life, that there may have been some people in your career or work environment that was kind of like just spreading this negativity, right? Indicated by this bad health card. So I feel like there was a time leading up to now where you were feeling kind of imprisoned in your situation. And a lot of what caused this feeling of imprisonment was the fact that other people were just kind of like spreading negativity. But with this new life card being the main theme of your reading pile number 2, I see that you're going to start seeing things from a new perspective. Maybe your old coworkers are leaving and you will have, new life coming in that way for some of you. But for some of you, I think that there are kind of 3 options. Some of you are going to have new coworkers coming in, which will breathe new life into this situation. Some of you will just have a new perspective to the old job and the old circumstances. So rather than just being imprisoned in what's around you that is negative, I feel like you will then kind of step into more of a lead by an example type of role where you start to spread positivity, and that kind of unchains you from this sense of imprisonment around, what is being spread around through the office, workplace situation for you guys. But I also see that some of you may simply get a new offer for a whole new position, which will take you out of this old position and into something new, where you can then embrace the whole environment around you. But in some way, if you chose pile number 2, it is possible that in the month of December, you are going to experience, in some sense, a breath of new life coming in to your career and money. All right, pile number 2, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the Wisdom of the Oracle deck 3 times. And then I'm going to pull 3 cards as a final message for your career and money oracle for December 2024. All right, one more shuffle. All right, we have the Yin card here, and look, it's the number 2. So I think part of this new life really is going to be about bringing in a new perspective. This Yin card is the card of receptivity, of understanding what thoughts and ideas that you're receiving and accepting as a part of your own situation. I believe that you're going to come to a balancing within your inner self that will lead you to this sense of knowing, what part you're playing in this situation that just needs new life. But we also got the Between Worlds card, you guys. So I think that currently it's like this new life is being created. See, this being the number 3, that's all about creation and manifesting. All right. So it's like in the one sense, you're still stuck in this negative past. And then in another sense, you're stepping into that positive future. Okay. So you just have to give yourself some time as you transition through into the new world, the new life, right? Because right now it's just kind of like stuck in that in between. All right. And then the last card here for you guys who chose pile number 2 is to come to the edge. So this card is asking you to take new risks in, risks in new ways. So again, this come to the edge card is almost like seeing the world from a different perspective. Like when you step over to the edge of a cliff, you can see far out, but you can also see what's under you, right? So I feel like coming to the edge here, it's going to help you in this. It's going to help you in this time that new life is being breathed into your career and money. That I feel like it's time to just take a look at where you've been and a glance at where you're going, because we're between worlds, and really kind of change your perspective, because we have this yin card as well. So it's about paying close attention to your own thoughts and attitudes, not only those thoughts and attitudes of others that you feel are bringing you down, because in some cases it could be you. All right, but this isn't to call you out. It's to let you know that sometimes we really have to pay attention to our own receptive impulses. What are we receiving as a part of ourselves, as a part of what we believe, and as a part of what we feel and experience in our own lives? All right, so this is about stepping into a new perspective. It's about taking a look at where you've been and where you want to go so that you can have a fresh set of eyes here, that new life. All right, and it's all about going within and kind of revealing to yourself what part that you had to play in this feeling of negativity in the workplace. All right, and as you do these things, you are stepping into that new world that is going to breathe new life or a new perspective or even a new position into your career life at this time. All right, pile number 2. So it's all going to be up to you and the way that you're viewing your environment. It's up to you to breathe new life into all of your life situations and to change your perspective to align with what it is that you do want. All right, pile number 2, that is your message for career and money for December 2024. So don't forget to click the like button. And of course, if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, you can turn on the notifications bell if you would like to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you all so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And now it's time to move on to pile number 3. Hello to all of you who picked pile number 3. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this pre-shuffled career and life oracle card as the main theme here. And these 3 Kipper cards are just going to clarify that. So let's take a look at what you have. All right, pile number 3. Your main theme here is saving face. And the message says that you may need to grin and bear it to maintain respect and keep your job. Or you need to smile and make nice to get the position you want. I think that this is a theme for many people in their careers, especially if you're not working for yourself, right? It's like sometimes we just got to smile and nod and just agree with decisions that are being made around us. That's the energy of this saving face card. All right, so you may not like what's going on right now, but it is in your best interest at this time to just smile and agree with it. All right, let's get our clarity here. We have the adjudication card, we have the high honor card, and the child card. All right, you guys, so I do feel like there is something that is being decided here with this adjudication card. In some way, there might be some type of judgment coming down at work, right? Now, this could be between having high honor and the child. Okay, so what the energy that I'm kind of feeling is that I feel that in some ways you have the accolades at work. You have this high honor. But in other ways, people view you as maybe more immature. And that is the side of you that you need to save face with, right? I feel like people who view you in the workplace see you in high regard. they look to you to help them come up with answers. All right? But I also see that you do have a lot of control in what it is that you're doing. But like a child, sometimes you got to be told what to do. And in those cases, even if you don't like it, you just have to play nice in those situations where maybe if you don't understand why you're being asked to do a certain thing or to act a certain way or whatever, in some way, this reading is just saying in December, it's time to just smile, nod, and listen to the judgment coming down, but standing in this sense of high honor. Just know deep within that you are regarded as a good worker, someone who knows how to get the job done and can do it to the best of their ability. But there are some people who have a different decision, or some people who have a different, what's the word I'm looking for? Judgment, I guess, regarding you in the workplace. And it's kind of lining up with this child in the way that I think the child card is kind of double-sided here. There's a double message involved. I see that in some areas, you may be acting from a place of immaturity or not enough information. So, that could be one area for some of you who chose pile number 3. But for some of you with that child card, I do feel like there could be a position that you're in there could be a position that you want to receive that would be kind of like a promotion, right? Someone's making a decision to raise your rank. But once you get there, you're going to be feeling like you don't know what you're doing. You're going to feel like a child because you're going to be back to that beginning stage of learning. All right? So for those of you who are moving into a higher position or a promotion, now is still your time to save face because, it's important to understand that when you're in those beginning stages of learning, that you're not going to have all the answers. You're not going to look like the one with the high honor. You're going to look like one that doesn't have very much information, doesn't have their stuff together yet, right? So when it comes to training on the job, for instance, for some of you who chose pile number 3, this is your message to not take anything personally because you don't know what you don't know. All right? So that's where the saving face comes in. If you make a mistake or don't know the answer, it's okay. It is okay because you're learning. Now, for those of you who chose pile number 3, but it's more like the other scenario where it's like you have some of your coworkers see you as someone to come to who has all the answers, and other coworkers might see you as more immature, based on maybe different circumstances or, different ways that they have dealt with you. But in either case, the month of December is just bringing the energy that you need to grin and bear it so that you can maintain respect. And for some of you, it's so that you can keep your job. All right, pile number 3. So I know it's not always something you want to hear, that you just have to smile and nod and go with it, right? But let's see what message the Wisdom of the Oracle deck has for all of you who chose pile number 3. I'm just going to shuffle the deck 3 times, and we'll draw 3 cards as the final message. All right, so we have to the sea. Now, right away, I noticed that this is the number 7, and so is this, the high honor card. So, yeah, I feel like for some of you, you're just feeling alone now. Maybe you need better training or something like that. But the to the sea card is just asking you to kind of change your perspective and direction here, okay? Now, we also got the never-ending story card. So things at work may be frustrating. You may be feeling alone, and you may be having some decisions that you have to make, where in some ways you don't want to walk away from what you've built. And in some ways you do, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But in the month of December, I feel like as you open your heart to the truth, to what is truly happening here, take off the mask, because this owl is standing on top of the mask. This is about stepping out of your ego and recognizing the real truth, not just the truth that you want other people to perceive you as, right? So I do believe that for some of you who are frustrated in your work situation, feeling alone, feeling like it's a never-ending story, that it's time for you to step out of that circle of thinking so that you can then step out of your ego, which is like your lower self, right? And you need to start seeing things from an even higher perspective. It's time to open your heart, even though it could be a challenge, or that could be what has been challenging you, is to really open your heart up to the truth of this situation. All right? So wherever this judgment is taking place, maybe it's time for you to be putting yourself in judgment, but outside of the ego, outside of this need to defend your past actions. This is about just smiling and moving forward. But also it's about understanding that sometimes we just have to do what we have to do, right? Sometimes we just have to do what we have to do, like a child. And even those in high honor, they have to do what they have to do as well. So it's all about coming to this realization. It's not the end of the world. It's time to connect with the truth and wisdom rather than just ego. And, to break free from this cycle of thinking where it's almost like you're resisting everything. You're judging everything. So it's time to just smile, nod, and just do the thing, at least throughout this month, and see how your perspective and even your direction might change as you do that. All right, pile number 3, that is your message for career and money for December 2024. So if you like this video, don't forget to click the like button and leave a message in the comments down below if this reading resonates with you. Thank you guys so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.